you ever had an update to a game that you love and you want to make something for it? That's what I'm gonna do.
Did I forget to say it was for Cookierun Kingdom? Yeah, I definitely forgot to say that. A new cookie was coming out.
But I mean, they're called TimeKeeper cookie. They gotta be important. So I want to make something to celebrate that. And what better way than decorating a clock?
Because then I'm doing a project which is themed like the cookie. I'm so smart.
And I have found this clock. This is the cheapest clock I could find. What am I gonna do? Have I ever done this before? No. Do I know what I'm doing? No. Have I got a design? No. Do I need this done and the video posted and edited by Wednesday? Yes. My first task is cleaning this clock because it's got crud all over it because it's from a charity shop and it's very dusty and a bit grim. I have sandpaper, I have a screwdriver, and I have dreams of getting shadowmilk cookie first. This is what we're working with underneath. Not too much dirt, but this clock face, paper.
The first step to definitely designing this clock was cleaning it, and what I thought was paper was actually like this tin aluminium thing which turned out to be very sharp, and then disaster striked, but not in anything to do with this project, but definitely to do with Cookierun. But I can't get my shadowmilk keyring because it was delivered to my neighbour, and my neighbour is out for 3 months, and I will update you on the saga of the keychain when if I do ever get it. A disaster, I know. I was also finding out that maybe double-sided tape was a disaster in itself.
This is disgusting. I hate this.
With the clock clean, or as clean as I could get it, it was time to sand off this varnish because I did not like this color, and let's just say doing it by hand was not exactly a sensible choice. Do I need to pull out a bigger gun for this? I might need to pull out a bigger gun for this. What does Cookierun mean for me? Cookierun actually means a lot. On shadowmilk update where my little sister was sitting there going, oh, you would really like this character, and I was like, no, and I joined the last week of the update and I think I instantly fell in love with it. The fact that I can't anticipate where the story's going. It's the first fandom that I have truly been a part of a fandom. I know that sounds stupid to say, but it is. I even discovered what AO3 was from it. Yeah, I know. Bear with me for like 10 seconds. I shot the video on wrong settings, so it will be a little bit weird for a sec. If you're gonna make and design a clock at home, you wanna do a couple of things. Mark where the rim and the border and the glass is. And I made one crucial mistake, which you should not make, and I will reveal that later. Once I had transferred the design in pencil, very simply, I took some acrylic paint and I laid the base colors on the clock. I wasn't so sure how I was going to do the details right, and then Cookierun has just released a trailer, which my gosh, Cookierun, thank you very much. I now have super detailed clocks to detail this with. Now, first of all, I want to design the clock hands. That's because we're going for TimeKeeper Cookies scissors as the hands. That's the height of the hour hand, and then that's the height of the minute hand. But once I sketched it out, I used acrylic markers just to fill in the shading and try and replicate the style 1-to-1. And then I decided to add a little bit more contrast because I need it to pop from the clock face, so I added some darker colors. And afterwards, I decided hard wasn't thick enough and I was worried about it curling. Now we're gonna laminate the clock hands, and how we're gonna do that is I have this is an adhesive laminate. Put them down like that. There we go. And then obviously we will cut around them. And I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, VinSketch, this looks a bit shit at the moment, and I couldn't agree more. I was going in with the acrylic pens to add the shading, and the shading, I used Cookierun itself to quite literally be the inspiration and the direction. And can I just say, I am so glad for acrylic pens. I was terrified of a lot of mistakes. One of the things I was worried about, if I didn't have a white primer underneath the colours, that we wouldn't get vivid colours. The base layer acted as a primer in itself. Luckily, I was able to blend the colours quite well. Now, this is something you may find if you're drawing on wood. The yellows in this acrylic set I got were not pigmented strong enough to stand up against the wood like the other colours. Definitely struggling with the paint.
Hello, are you recording? Yeah. Oh wow! That's awesome. See, it's getting a bit better.
It's way cool. I love it.
It's getting a bit better. I'm having to copy the art style from the cards because like the trailers are too complicated for me. I generally don't know if I like it with the glass and the rim on it. I think I do. I think we have to get a better black down here, get the details on the outside, and then I will decide. It's difficult because I also need to get the detailing in here. Cookie Run is quite literally the only thing that I have an investment in. A lot of other fandoms that I used to be part of, I've found it really hard to get invested in things. It's just like almost I'm too scared to get invested in things, but Cookie Run I absolutely adore, and it's made me want to get into more fandoms and video games and all this stuff again. I think you can tell by the clock shading that I've tried to rip quite literally the shading from the card. So the shading you see here and here, this is kind of, I'm taking from this card so you can see the shading on this help me, goggles. I've taken the shading from that. I've taken some of the shading from the background here and here, and I've tried to get that to inspire the design work here. So just to let you know, all sort of artistic, what's it called? Credit goes to the person who designed the card. So like that's DevSys art. Currently terrible at drawing cookies. I'm trying to get better, but the art style still eludes me. Cookie Run, tell me your secrets. Look at clock.
Oh, whoa.
Have you spotted the mistake?
What mistake?
Look on the back. I've done it upside down.